Cognos, people say this is as a data warehouse tool. Cognos is not only a data warehouse tool. Cognos basically this is a reporting tool. To generate reports, we need to have some source data. You take the data from OLAP, data warehouse. If you take from data warehouse, you can get history and you can get multidimensional advantages, all this stuff what we have with data warehouse. Or we can get data from the OLTP system itself. You can get live data if you take the data from OLTP. Of course, that is depends on your project and which project you are working. And you can get data from flat files, Excel sheets, anything it may be. Orally, Cognos BI, this is a reporting tool. The same tool, in some aspect we call this as querying tool, and sometimes we call this as reporting tool, and in other aspect we call this as a business intelligence tool, and sometimes we say this as a decision support system. These many different names for the same tool. Why we like this? Why? How it behaves? How we call this different names? First of all, let us see querying tool. Being a tool, Cognos, it prepares queries automatically. No need to write any select statements like select star from. No, nothing required. This Cognos tool, it is capable enough to write SQL. And in worst cases, of course, in my case, it didn't happen so far. In worst cases, if you want to edit the SQL prepared by Cognos, yes, we can edit that one. Or I did not want to allow Cognos to write SQL. I can write myself. Yes, we can write ourselves. That is called as freestyle reporting, freehand reporting, like that. Okay, three things. It prepares queries automatically. If we want to edit the SQL, we can edit. Or if we want to write ourselves, we can write. That is why we are calling this as a querying tool. And one beautifulness here with the Cognos in this querying area is we can join heterogeneous databases into the same query. Means, I think all of you know about Oracle sample tables, employee and department. Two tables. Assume employee is there in Oracle, department is there in DB2. We can write SQL by joining both of them into same query itself. We can join heterogeneous databases also. That is the reason we are calling this as querying tool. And reporting tool, by using the Cognos tool, we're gonna prepare reports. I think you already know what is the report and how it will be useful for the business. Anyhow, let me give some rough example for this. I am taking my Excel. Just I am showing the output of the report, how it will be useful for business. How to create this report, we'll discuss that in the tool itself. But for now, for your understanding what is a report, I am explaining you some rough reports. Say, for example, in a company, a sales manager is there. He wants to see his sales staff performance. How much revenue they generated in December 15 and January 16. He wants to see the difference, whether their performance is increasing or not. Like that, he wants to do analysis on his sales staff. He asked us to create a report. I am preparing that. I am taking staff name and let us see November revenue and December revenue and the difference. Staff name A, assume he sold 2 lakh worth of goods in November and December 2,20,000 worth of goods he sold. So his performance increased by 20,000. Staff B, assume he also sold 2 lakh worth of goods only in November. Here 1,80,000. His performance degraded by 20,000. Okay, one more employee, let us take C, assume same, and here 2,50,000. His performance increased by 50,000. Preparing this type of reports, this is a Cognos developer task. The report development done, then submit the report to the manager who requested you. The manager, he started doing analysis on this. Staff A, his performance increased by 20,000. Okay, good. Staff B, his performance degraded. We are noticing that his performance is degrading continuously. What to do him? Motivate him, otherwise provide some training for him, otherwise terminate him. Like that, the managers, they are taking own decisions depending on this type of reports. Okay, and one more, staff C, he is topper among all his employees. So give him some cash incentive. Like that, the managers, they take their own decisions. His performance increased, but not that much. So just send him an appreciation mail. Don't give him cash incentive. Okay, and the manager needs to focus more on the negative performed employees. Say, for example, I'll give you a rough example. I'll give you a rough scenario. Assume we are working for Colgate Paste, Colgate company. This B, he is a salesperson. His responsibility is to distribute our product for all the outlets in a particular geographical area. He is not distributing properly. That is why his performance is degrading. Okay, we have a customer who is using our Colgate Paste from past 10-15 years. Why he is continuing with us for that much long time? Why? Because he likes our quality, our taste, or some flavor in our paste. That is why he is continuing with us for that much long time. One day, the customer paste exhausted, completed. He went to an outlet to buy Colgate, but because of this BB, he is not performing well. He is not distributing properly, so in that outlet, our Colgate paste not available. But using paste, there is a daily need. So because of non-availability of our Colgate paste, he bought some other paste like Pepsodent. He started using that. He may like something there. If he likes something there, he never come back to our Colgate. All these things are happening because of this B only. So the manager, he needs to focus more on the negative performed employees. Not only these three, assume we have some 200 employees like this. Out of them, some second record, some 55 records, some 101 record are having negatives. The manager needs to find out where the negatives are. Instead of doing like that, simply if we highlight the negative performed employees like this, by seeing the report itself, we can understand whose performance is degrading, and he can take the actions accordingly, right? This is one of the examples for a report. Okay, now I'll give you one more example. In a company, a sales manager is, otherwise a procurement manager is there. He wants to buy 100 computer systems for a project. This is not the first time. They are already bought many times, and they are maintaining their dealers and their qualities in their data warehouse or database. Qualities in the sense how they are charging, how would the service, and how far they are able to deliver the systems like that. Now here I am preparing a report. Okay. Now here I am preparing a report. Dealer X, dealer Y, and dealer Z, and I'm taking their qualities. I mean, how they are charging, how about the service, and how fast they are able to deliver the systems. Here I am giving ranks out of 5. 1 is best, and 5 it will be worst. A report prepared like this: 5, 3, 1, and let us give everything average here, and 1, 5, 3. 3, 5. A report prepared like this, just submit the report to the manager who requested you. Now he started analyzing this. Dealer X, 5 price, 5 means worst. Means he's competitively charging high. Of course, it's not like double triple. Competitively high, and service average, and duration 1. 1 means best. He can deliver the systems immediately. And dealer Y, everything is average. And dealer Z, price 1 means best price he is giving. Service average. Duration 5. 5 means a worst duration. I mean, a 1 week, 10 days kind of delay is there with him. Not like months, years. Okay. Now, what the manager situation is, he needs to start the project immediately. In that case, to he's going to give the order. Anyone of you, please? The manager, he needs to start the project immediately. In that case, to whom he gonna give the order?
It will be given to X.
He'll go for best duration, right? Price, this is not that much important. Now, of course, anyhow, this is not like double triple. Something higher than others, but he'll go for best duration, right? Okay. Now, one more situation. Till now, the project is in discussion stage, not yet finalized. Some time delay is there, not yet confirmed. So, then he wants to buy 100 systems for that project. So, to whom he is going to place the order then?
I think he'll go with Y.
He'll go for Z. Why? Because duration 5 worst means this is not like months. This is just 1 week 10 days delay. the project not yet confirmed, not yet finalized, of course, based on his requirement, he's go for best price then, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, like that, based on this type of reports, I mean, before taking decisions, they need to depend on this type of reports. Without following these reports, if they take decision, either they may lose time or they may lose money. Without considering this report, if he needs to start the project immediately, without considering this report, if we place order to X, to Z, what happens? He may get best price, but the project will be delayed. So, before taking decisions, they need to depend on this type of projects. We are creating this type of reports by using Cognos tool. That is why I am saying this tool as reporting tool. Business intelligence tool. This is one example for that. The managers, they are able to analyze what is going there in their business. And the decision support system. This is one of the examples for that. Before taking decisions, they need to depend on this type of reports. Okay. And any questions here?
We are good.
Okay. And now this is one of the sample. Yep, yes, please, Jahid.
Yeah, you said business intelligence and reporting tool. If it is same, then why it is on?
That is not the same. By seeing the reports, they can do the analysis. That is business intelligence. Report is different, and report always it may not be for business intelligence.
Oh, okay, report may not always for or may not always be for business intelligence. That's
Yes.
what it says? Okay.
Yes. Okay. Now, this is the sample report taken from the tool. I have highlighted all the need to performed employees here, and then yeah, before going into the different applications or different tools which are available in Cognos, let us see about the versions, different versions. The first version, that is EP6, as I know. Of course, I am not too sure whether is there any prior versions to this or not. This itself, it is more than 12-13 years before old version. Enterprise 6, Series 6, Cognos 6, like that. And then they released EP7, 7 series. Okay, I started my career here in EP7. Okay, and then Cognos ReportNet. It is having some subversions like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. And then they released Cognos 8 series. They came up with 8. Here 8.1, 8.2, 8.3 and 8.4. And each versions are having some MR, maintenance release, just like bug fixes. Okay, and then they released with Cognos 10 series. Here 10.1, 10.2 and subversions like 10.2.1, 2.2 like that. And then they released Cognos 11 series just in the last week itself, I think. Okay.
Yeah. As of now, I think 10.2 is the highest one. But
Yeah,
11,
this
I'm
is
not
the
sure.
latest one, and we are going to learn this 10.2 only. I think in Cognos 11 also, I didn't get the chance to look into this Cognos 11, but I think there is no major differences between them. Of course, from 8.3, 8.4 onwards, almost all these are almost same. You can find some newly, the tools added newly, and some graphic change and put from here to there, like that, minor modifications. We cannot say these are major versions. At the time of Cognos 10 release, IBM itself told that Cognos 10, this is not a major release, just upgradation of 8.4. Anyhow, we are going to learn this Cognos 10.2. And different tools are available in Cognos. Some of them are web-based applications, and remaining are Windows-based applications. And web-based application means no need to have any software in our machine. Just use Internet Explorer, connect to your Cognos server, you can start working with that. Just like Gmail, just like Google. Windows-based application means here we need to install a client-side software, a software that may be clients or standalone, whatever it may be, a software in our machine, and we need to work with that installed application in our machine. That is Windows-based. Okay, web-based applications. The first one, this is Cognos Connection. Cognos Connection. This is an entry point kind of thing for remaining all the web-based applications. Okay, if you want to access any of the web-based applications, you need to connect to this Cognos Connection portal at first, and then you need to start working with that. If you want to access any web-based applications of Cognos, first of all, we need to connect to this Cognos connection portal. From this Cognos connection portal, you can access links. You can see the links or shortcuts for these remaining reporting applications. Okay. Now, all these are reporting applications only. Query Studio, Repo Studio, Analysis Studio, Event Studio, and in Cognos 10.2, they introduced Workspace and Workspace Advanced. Like that, they introduced new tools. Okay, all these are reporting only. Then you may ask why these many reporting applications. Actually, this Repo Studio, this is only the professional reporting application, report development application. As a developer, most of the cases, I can say 95-99% of the times we work with this Repo Studio only. The reporting features, all the reporting features provided by IBM will be available in this Repo Studio. Then Query Studio, Analysis Studio, these two are these two are not meant for the developers. Query Studio, Analysis Studio, these two are not meant for the developers. These two are for end users to create their own ad hoc reports. Then you may ask, already our teams are working on this Repo Studio, then why end users they need to create their own reports in Query and Analysis Studios? Why? Because if a developer, from development wise, if we want to create a small report, it will take at least 2 to 3 days. Small report, 2 to 3 days. It doesn't mean that report development is complex. Report development is easy only. Then why it takes time? Why? Because we need to follow the process. That process is a life cycle that is common for total IT, not only in Cognos. First of all, users they need to raise their requirement what they want to see. As a developer, we need to understand what exactly they are asking. If we have any doubts, we need to schedule a meeting with them, discuss with them, orally we need to finalize the requirement. Once it is done, then we need to prepare design documents, submit them for review. If any review comments are there, we need to update the document if everything is okay. If we get the sign off for the design, then only we need to work on the tool. Once the development done, before saying that I am done with the report, we need to test the report ourselves. That is called as a unit test to ensure the data accuracy. And once everything is fine, then we need to move that into testing. Then testing people will play with that. If any bugs are there, we need to fix them. If no bugs, if everything is clean, then only the report goes to end user. The end user can access that report, right? This life cycle, this is common across IT, not only in Cognos. To complete the process, a small report, it will take at least 2 to 3 days. No, user he did not want to waste his time. Just he wants to see a small report by simply dragging and dropping. For that, we have Query Studio and Analysis Studio here. These are completely ad hoc tools. We won't use them usually. Event Studio, this is event monitoring kind of thing. Say for example, each month end, if any of my salespersons crossing 10 lakhs of revenue generation, I want to send an appreciation mail for them. We can do with this Event Studio. Of course, most of the projects we won't use this Event Studio also. And Workspace, this is a creation of dashboards kind of thing. Users, they can create their own ad hoc dashboards, or we can also create this. This is Workspace Advanced. This is also, again a end user tool. So overall here, as a developer, we're gonna work with this Repo Studio only. Okay. And
But
what
are you going to give us insight of other tools as well?
Yes, we are going to cover all the things. That is why I added this into our agenda.
Oh.
Okay. Now all these tools are capable enough to produce SQL. But the thing is, without knowing anything about our database, how these tools create SQL? Okay. Do you know Oracle sample tables, employee and department, Astosh and others?
Oracle?
Oracle
That's
sample tables, employee,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
employee and
Yes,
department.
Yes.
Okay, assume you don't know them. If I ask you to write a join between those two, Even though you are very good at query writing, is it possible with you to prepare the join between them without knowing
Through
the
SQL,
metadata?
no. Through SQL, no.
No.
We have to understand this.
Yeah, here also the same way. These tools also don't know about the SQL, so these tools also not able to prepare queries. Then for that, here we have a Windows-based framework manager. Basically, this is a metadata modeling tool. Metadata modeling tool. Here we need to bring all the metadata from the database and we need to apply the join conditions between them. And is there any predefined calculations, predefined filters, and what are the security mechanisms we need to follow? All these things are called as metadata modeling, right? Once the metadata modeling done, create a package and publish the package. An object called package. Create a package, publish the package from here, and we need to use the published package as source for these reporting applications. So, in form of the published package, these tools knows about our database. From there onwards, these tools can produce queries automatically. I'll give you some rough example. Assume you as these reporting applications, me as the framework manager. Assume you don't know Oracle sample tables, employee table and department table. Assume like that. Here in framework manager, I am writing about the employee table and the department table on a paper. Like employee table, it is having columns like employee name, department number, location, blah blah blah. Department table, it is having columns like department number, location. If you want to join these two tables, use department number. This is the common column. Like that, I am putting everything on a paper. Assume the paper is a package. So, if you look into that package, if you look into that paper, now you know about employee table and department table. So, you can write your own SQL, right? That is the relation between framework manager and reporting applications. Okay. While explaining about the employee table and department table, I myself explained in a wrong manner in framework manager. What you do here, just based on my explanation only, you are preparing the queries. So, you prepare wrong query, we are getting wrong data. In this case, the problem is there with you, with whom? With you or with me?
The framework manager.
In the framework manager only. Why? Because based on the framework manager packages, based on the modeling only, these tools are preparing SQL. So, if we do anything wrong here in the framework manager, then definitely that will reflect in all the reporting applications. So, I can say this framework manager, this is a hard kind of thing for total Cognos. And about the transformer, we'll talk about this a little bit later. Okay, usually how the project flow will be. First of all, we work with the framework manager and create packages and publish packages. And then we start working with the repo studio. This is project workflow. Okay, so we are going to learn framework manager at first. Once we are done with this, then we are going to look into the repo studio. Actually, the thing is, if you want to work with the framework manager, you need to know something in repo studio. So I'll take half an hour on repo studio. Once we are done with repo studio, half an hour introduction kind of thing, then we'll move into framework manager. Once we are done with the framework manager, then again come to repo studio. Here we are going to discuss in detail in the repo studio. Why I am saying you need to know something in the repo studio? Because you need to know how this repo studio behaves while preparing the queries. If you know that, while starting with framework manager, I can give you the comparisons like, see, I am changing something here, see how it is reflecting in the reporting. Like that, I can give you comparisons between them. That is the reason I'll give you a introduction or overview kind of thing in the repo studio at first, and then we'll move on to framework manager. Okay, once we are done with the framework manager, then we'll discuss in detail about the framework manager, and then Cognos connections. Here, user features are there, admin features are there. We are going to learn admin features also, which are required for a developer. Not only required, we are going to cover more features which are required for a developer. Of course, again I am saying that this is my class. This class is not meant for the dedicated admins. We are going to see some admin topics, not in detail, not all. Once we are done with that, then we'll move on to Query Studio, Analysis Studio, Event Studio, Workspace Advanced. Once we are done with all these, then we'll look into the Transformer. Transformer, actually this is a cube creation tool. Okay, I'll show you how to create cubes, how to use them to create reports. I'll give you overview on the Transformer, not in detail. Actually, the Transformer course itself is different, and the license is also different from IBM. Okay, the course is different. Anyhow, I'll give you overview on the Transformer here in these sessions itself. This is our agenda.